So I am getting rid of this S1000R because I'm going to be doing the Trans-American Trail, and I need a bike that's more suited for that. And excuse me, it's cold here, mate. It's like 40 degrees. My body's shutting down on the road. And anyway, well, 40 degrees on a motorcycle is pretty cold. So I know people are going to go, "That's not cold, brother. You don't know cold." Here we go. By the way, car might turn. Slow down. Slow down. Let the RPMs ride up. You know how much time that just cost me? Nothing. You know who didn't get in an accident? Me. Anyway, so trading in a bike. Why trade in a bike? I'm going to tell you right now, if a dealer's going to take your bike and handle it themselves, they're going to be assuming more risk. So what they're going to do is they're going to hit you with the knees. So what you do want to find is you want to find somebody that's a wholesaler, that has a wholesaler. They'll say, "We aren't dealing with this. We're going to kick it over to our wholesaler. He'll pay us this much, guaranteed, so we'll give you this much." Right? And a wholesaler is going to get you more money because those guys flip bikes. They know what they're doing, and they aren't trying to price gouge on every single bike. They know that quantity with the numbers is going to give them a better payout. So that's the most important thing with trade is you have to find somebody who uses a wholesaler. You do not trade directly to the dealer unless you know them very well. Second thing, tax cuts. If you live in a state like Maine that's known for executing mentally challenged people, purging islands of populations and burning down its own city, which is questionable, and digging up we actually dig up cemeteries here and we throw them in the ocean, but which was a while ago, but I'm not going to let it go. Nonetheless, we have a 5.5% sales tax in Maine, which means anybody tax that we don't need to pay legally is amazing. So when you trade in a bike, this bike specifically paired up with my FZ07 that I'm going to be trading in, I'm not just, so let's say I want to get 16 grand for it. I bring it into the dealer, they offer me 14, right? You see that as a hit initially. Now I'm going to tell you, I'm going to save about $1,700 roughly on sales tax. $1,500 to $1,700 on sales tax between this bike and my other bike. That's a big savings. And then on top of that, consider the last $400 a brokerage fee because I don't need to deal with selling it. I don't need some maritime graduate showing up at my house and trying to hit me at the knees with a shit price. I just don't, So it's really convenient and it's nice. I mean, once you get to a point where you value your time way more than money, that's when a trade-in makes sense. Some people love wheeling and dealing and selling and they go, "Oh, I could sell that bike for so much money." That brings me to my final part. You can't just let everybody hop on an S1000. You just can't. Because they have so much power that when it's cold, when the tire's cold, even on a hot summer day, if the tire is not heated up properly, you might as well be riding on an ice cube. They just go all over the place. These guys are going for a walk right down Route 1, huh? Jesus. Anyway, that's the other thing. I literally can't let anybody ride this thing. It just doesn't work because they're gonna crash. It's a lot of power, and I'll show you right here real quick. It's a lot of sack. So I'm not gonna let some townie hop on it and trash my bike. So with that said, I hope that helps you guys out with dealer trade-ins. And I will say this first and foremost, there's loads of videos, loads of them on dealers, and they say, here's how you rip off the dealer. Here's how you stick it to the dealer, stick it to the man. You need to find a dealer that you like, a dealer with good people, an old dealer with good intentions. I mean, I've heard nightmares of people with Harleys trying to trade in their Harley, and some of these Harley dealers, man, they'll hit my boys at the knees and just completely try to destroy their finances when it comes to buying a bike and trading in a bike. But the dealer that I'm going to trade this in, who works with a third-party wholesaler, my father used to drop me off at this dealer when he barely knew these guys, and we would literally get babysat at the dealer against their will. So with all that free babysitting these guys did, I'm incredibly happy that this will now be, after this bike, this will be my third brand new bike I bought off of these guys in the last 3 years. And a big part of that was going with BMW. BMW dealers, man. I mean, at least from my experience, what an amazing experience. And I'm not even going to go into the benefits of That's another video. Why to buy a BMW and how they'll pick you up and pay for your hotel and dinner for you and your boys. I'm not going to get into that, but they're top notch. So, with that said, we are here to get some trade-in prices on this bike, and we're going to pull right in here. I'm going to take a second so I don't need to sit in the road. This thing is such a beast, man. And this is where this thing came from. What an incredible machine, man. I am going to miss this bike. Damn. But, it's got to happen.